What's up, everyone? It is your boy. Hopefully, we are good. We are live. Let's see. Let's go to comment real quick, just in case anybody pops in. All right. We're waiting to see how it looks. I'm sorry if it doesn't look that great right now. New Mexico hasn't been having the best weather. But if there's anybody out there in the chat, let me know. Holla at me. But like I said, I'm not sure how this is going to look because we haven't been having the best weather over here in New Mexico. And it's currently like 19 degrees outside, I think. So we'll see. We will see. But if there's anybody, Lexi, congratulations. Thank you very much. Lexi's in the house. Congratulations. I know this account was kind of crazy. I did not think that was going to happen, to be honest. 600 subs is a pretty huge thing for the channel. Thank you so much. Yeah, so hopefully it gets better. Like I said, usually when I sit and it kind of the video adjusts and my Wi-Fi gets used to the stream, then I'm able to actually look normal, but we'll see. Mainly, can you guys hear me? But yeah, for real. Noran's butter voice. See you on the Horror Fiend soon. Yes, we'll be on the Horror Fiend soon. Yes, we are going to be there. I know I'm going to be on two. We're going to be on two videos. Which one are you going to be on, Lexi? Because I'm doing, I think it's the upcoming anticipated 2025 of my favorites, and then also the Ghoulies 40th anniversary one. So I'm very excited. I always get excited to talk any kind of horror talk. That's my jam. I love talking movies in general, but horror is my favorite. But thank you to anybody who shows up today, too. Like I said, it's just a nice, chill stream, hanging out, celebrating 600. Should be on the anticipated. Cool. I'm going to be on that one. Yeah, the anticipated. Hard Eyes does look good, too. That does look good. That's a February release, right? I think. Yeah, that's going to be a new Valentine's Day slasher, which is going to be exciting because we have My Bloody Valentine already. We got Valentine, there's Lover's Lane, but it's always good to get a new one, Hard Eyes. And I think this one, I forgot who directed this one, but it's like a comedian / actor. He's the director. Hopefully everybody out there, if you're wherever you're at, you're staying warm because it is chilly out where I'm at. Like I said, in a lot of places, and it's kind of late, so I'm not expecting a ton of people to be here. But this is kind of the only time I really get a chance to stream late at night, typically. And I'm gonna try to, like I said, get maybe some watching in because I got some homework to do. I got some Courage the Cowardly Dog videos that I gotta film soon, so I got some homework to do after the stream. So this won't be a terribly long stream or anything like that. It's gonna be just kind of like a little short and sweet one. So hopefully, I don't know, because like I said, we'll see. On my laptop, it doesn't look that good. On my phone, it looks fantastic because that's what is right here, the representation. But the laptop, I can't get my camera to work. So I have to figure out what to do with that because that's the main thing right now is I can't figure out how to get the camera to work. And that's why I can't use this webcam. And I'm kind of dual screening it right now. Thank you, Lexi. 600 subs. Yeah, I know it's a big thing for me because I was like, I never thought it would even get this high. We got 600 at the beginning of the year. Hopefully, by the end of the year, maybe we'll be approaching 1,000. That would be kind of fun. That would be really cool. But yeah, that's one thing. Is like a lot of this too, like the sub count and everything. It's a huge thing. Is because of all the collab videos that I do, all the support and all the people, my family and friends and stuff, and like I said, there's tons of people like the voices from the Mausoleum, Mike from Did You See That, Horror Fiend TV, people that I collab with, and because through those avenues, I've met so many other people. So I get a lot of subscribers through them too. So it's fantastic. It is interesting how it looks on here. But yeah, in terms of, I don't know, I did drop a big thing for the channel, my first Forgotten Final Girls episode. That was a big thing for me because that was a show that I've been planning for a long time. So I started out with Mute Witness Billy Hughes, which is one of my most underrated and favorite Final Girls. That would be a badass. That would be badass. I'm a sub for the voice alone, but love your content too. What other films besides horror do you like? So, besides horror, my main other genre that I probably dabble in is probably sci-fi. That's my other biggest one, and that's kind of very horror adjacent. I also really love musicals. Like I love West Side Story, Rocky Horror Picture Show, Hairspray, Grease. So I love those kind of movies too. I'm into animes, which leads into one really quick. This is one of my most recent watches that I watched recently because did a video on my 4Ks. So I popped this one in and I watched this morning. So, and this to me is like the pinnacle and peak of Japanese cinema and anime. So I highly recommend this film right here, Ghost in the Shell, if you haven't seen it. This is a fantastic watch. And I'm wearing my Dragon Ball Z sweater too, because I think I'm going to get on like an anime kick now. I'm kind of feeling like I'm going to start watching some more anime again and everything, because it takes me back. It just really takes me back to being young. You know what I mean? Because a lot of the times when I got introduced to or sucked into anime, it was because of like just being middle school and staying up late at night and watching Adult Swim and catching all these cool animes. All right. I love sci-fi and musicals as well. Rent the musical is my favorite. Sci-fi wise, The Fourth Kind. The Fourth Kind, I think I've only seen that one once. I'm gonna have to give that one another watch. I've only seen that one once. And in terms of musical, my all-time favorite is West Side Story. That's my all-time favorite. And then sci-fi, oof. I'd probably have to go. My favorite sci-fi film of all time is Blade Runner 2049. I love that film because a lot of people I love the first Blade Runner, and I knew about Blade Runner 2049 for years before it came out. And it was one of those films that like you just had so many expectations for it. And then when it came out, it kind of it met all those expectations. So I really love that film. Plus, Ryan Gosling is one of my favorite actors. I love Harrison Ford. I love Denis Villeneuve. So it's kind of a slam dunk trifecta for me. But yeah, musicals, I do love musicals. And then the only real kind of films that I don't dabble in that much that I need to watch more of are Westerns. I don't really watch Westerns that much. And that's some stuff that I could probably dive more into because I don't really watch a lot unless it's like, Kung Fu spaghetti Western type stuff. Or like horror Western kind of theme films, like kind of like John Carpenter's Vampires. That kind of has like a horror kind of Western vibe to it. Great film. Great film. I love Ryan Gosling. And Ryan Gosling is one of the best actors, I think, of the last 10 years. I think Ryan Gosling is one of the best. Chill Rob G is in the house, my man. Have you ever seen a musical called Hair from 1979? It's really good. No, I have not. I have not seen that. I've seen Hairspray, the original, and I've seen the remake, but I've never seen a musical called just Hair. Thank you for stopping by, Chill Rob. I appreciate it. We also have Jason, the old millennial, in the house. I'm at work, but I wanted to say congratulations on 600. Thank you, Jason. Much appreciated, brother. And I hope your work shift goes by smooth. You know, us night owls, we're always grinding, staying up late at night, working when everybody else is asleep. Jason's one of my buddies, and we recently, like I said, had like a bunch of streams that we were kind of planning, and we want to get more going because me and him from Mike, did you see that? We did a bunch of wrestling streams, so you can check my playlist of collab videos. We've done wrestling streams, and we also did the Old Millennial Awards recently as well on Jason's channel. I'm at work too, working with Joe from Horror Fiend. He says hi. Hey, tell Joe I said, hey, what's up? That's cool. See, there's a ton of us that work nights for real. Like I go back tomorrow night, so tonight's my night off. So I go back tomorrow night. And that's why tonight after the stream, I got to get some Courage the Cowardly Dog videos in, because I'm going to be covering those with Steve from Voices tomorrow. And also doing an episode of Coffee Crypt we're going to be filming too as well. Thank you to everybody who stopped in. I really, really appreciate it. Like, for real, it's because of all of you that this channel is really where it's at, like I said. And I hope it, like I said, it sounds good. It doesn't look good on my laptop. Like, I don't expect it to look good. I really need to update my Wi-Fi for real. Like, I think that's the main problem. And plus, New Mexico is just awful. Like, our Wi-Fi system sucks. Even at my work, it's awful. But like I said, I really appreciate all of you being here, and mainly just because, like I said, it wouldn't be a channel without any of you. For real, this is kind of the main reason I have this channel, is because I have so many friends where we connected through YouTube, where we talk about movies or we share our opinions, and that's like the best thing. Like, I love being able to talk to all of you, share our opinions, and to share new movies to people and stuff like that. That's always fun too. That's one of the best things, you know. Like my buddy Jason, he watched all the Puppet Master movies because of my channel. But I do have to get on The Fourth Kind, Lexi. I do have to watch that again, because that one I semi remember it, but I don't remember it all the way. So I definitely have to get on that one. Mainly want to check out, let's see, what is it that came out this month? Wolfman. And then Companion comes out pretty soon. Those are probably like the next two new releases that I really want to dive into. Glad we met you, even though I officially meet you next Thursday. I know. I know that's going to be cool. Like I said, it's going to be fun to be on there. And I hope hopefully my Wi-Fi actually might by then, because like I get paid before then a couple times. So hopefully we'll be updating and improving my Wi-Fi, because I want it to look better. Doesn't Vampires take place in New Mexico? Have tag seen any vampire activity down there? Yeah, that actually was, I think, for real. That was, I don't remember if it was actually supposed to be New Mexico, but there are parts of it, I think, where it's on the cusp of, like, it's on Vegas and New Mexico, where they go back and forth in terms of the towns and everything like that, because they travel a lot and they look for the cross. And that one, the vampire, he's traveling around and he's trying to find that church that has the cross hidden, so that way he can walk during the daylight. But yeah, there are some scenes that I think take place like in New Mexico. It's supposed to be. I don't think they shot it out here, but I think it's supposed to be New Mexico. I think they shot it in California, I think. The Fourth Kind. Let's see what Lexi has to say down. The Fourth Kind. Fourth Kind makes my skin crawl in a good horror way. It's rare, but the film scares me. In that film, their sound effects makes the goosebumps come up, and I cuddle with my Terrifier art, Stuffy. Terrifier art's the bomb. Yeah, see, I love when movies can do that. Like, see, I would say the most recent film for me that kind of did that kind of got under my skin and got like my skin crawling was probably Oddity. That was one of my biggest surprises last year, and it's mainly because they did just good cinematography. It wasn't that it was like jump scares or anything like that. It was very good cinematography, and the lighting and just the use of where the camera kind of sits and lingers for a while, and then you see something and it kind of just gets to you, like, you know, it gets to you, or certain shots, certain images. There's even an image in the beginning that has to do with a tent that is pretty memorable too. So yeah, Oddity was probably the most recent watch that I watched, and it kind of got my skin crawling a little bit. but also Chill Rob, another film that takes place down this way. It's from the 1950s though, and it's a movie called Them, and it's about giant killer ants, and it takes place in New Mexico. That film takes place in New Mexico. Also, what else did I want to talk about today? Stuff I've been watching. I recently watched the Goosebumps, The Vanishing. I watched the first 3 episodes. So I watched Don't Go Into the Basement Part 1 and 2 and Haunted Car, which are the first 3 episodes of the new Goosebumps TV show. So yeah, that's one like for real, like that I've kind of been diving into in terms of shows. But yes, oh Lexi, if you're talking about them, if you're talking about them, then yeah, you have to see that for real. If you like old black and white sci-fi kind of cheesy monster flicks, then you'll definitely watch it for real. So my thing with the new Goosebumps is that what sucks is that it feels very reminiscent of the one that we just had. We recently just had one with Justin Long, and a lot of the story beats, a lot of the stuff is very, very similar. And I'm not saying I hate it. I don't hate it. It's just it's very similar. Oh snap! I've heard of that one. Yeah, 50 stuff is good, Rob. Like for real, the 50s has some very good, like kind of underrated hidden gems in terms of. It sucks because I always push this and I shake my thing all every time. But yeah, it has some really good underrated gems when it comes to horror movies, especially monster flicks too. Because the 50s was big creature features because they were kind of America was trying to capitalize off of the kaiju craze that was going on because of Japan. You know, they had all the Godzilla films and then the Gamera films started coming out, so America wanted to kind of capitalize on that craze. And that was kind of the big thing back then. That was like the biggest fear was like, you know, us not being the top of the food chain anymore. So it was like creatures that were really big that shouldn't be really big. But in terms of yeah, what I've been watching, it's mainly like I said, I've been kind of getting into anime stuff again recently. Goosebumps TV show, and then in terms of movies, I just watched Ghost in the Shell, and then uh, I'm gonna start watching The Exorcist stuff because The Exorcist got voted as the next franchise that I'm supposed to tackle and watch and rank and everything. So that's coming up pretty soon. Lexi is the 90s baby. My birthday is this Thursday. Well, happy early birthday, Lexi. Congratulations. And I thought I was a big horror junkie till I met Horror Fiend and quickly realized I didn't know shit. So I'm learning and loving. That's the best part about it is like when you find people that know so many other horror movies or they know different other types of horror that you don't know about. Like I'm very well versed at slashers. I love slashers. I love giallos and I love body horror. Those are probably the three that I know kind of the most about, but there are tons of horror that I don't really know a lot about, like found footage. I've watched a lot of found footage, but I don't know a lot about it. That's probably the one I know the least amount about. Um, Religious horror. I'm not really big on religious horror, so that's one thing where I watch religious horror movies, they kind of have to work and do a lot for me to get into them. So that's why it's going to be kind of cool that I get to cover the Exorcist franchise again. I love 50s movies. There's one called Tarantula. Nice. I don't think I've seen that one. I've heard of it. I've heard of that one. Have you heard of The Claw, Rob? It's kind of like a cheesy giant turkey flying thing. One they made me watch last year that was Chud. Oh, Cannibalistic Human Underground Dwellers. Yeah, never saw it and loved it. And cannibalism. Yeah, there you go. She typed it too. It's a big mouthful. Cannibalism, humanoid underground dwellers. My type of horror is exorcisms and paranormal type. The Exorcist series on Hulu is so good. I haven't seen that, so that's one thing. I'm just covering the movies for this review series and this ranking, but I've heard the series is pretty good, Lexi, from multiple people. I will have to watch it one day. But yeah, I had a poll on my YouTube community tab, and everybody voted that they. I had like almost 30 votes, and Exorcist won for the one that they want to cover. I had Exorcist, Demonic Toys, and Wrong Turn. So it'll be cool because I haven't seen Exorcist Believer. It'll be only the third time I've seen it because I watched it once in theaters and then I watched it once on streaming. So that'll be another chance to watch Exorcist Believer and kind of see how that one lands. But I have some controversial opinions when it comes to the Exorcist franchise, so it's going to be kind of fun to do that. Oh yes, that's a great one. Yes, no joke. That flying turkey was no joke for real. Yeah, it was like a flying turkey. It reminded me of like the gobbledygooker from like WWE or something like that. So Believer made Mexi mad. I understand it. That movie. See me, it didn't really upset me that much because I'm not that attached to the Exorcist franchise. What sucks is that I felt like it could have been a lot better. Like I felt like they wanted to go all the way and go really hardcore with it, and I just think they didn't. You know what I mean? Like I felt like they pulled back a little bit. So that's one thing that's how I felt about it then, but I'm gonna have to see how I feel about it now. But yeah, when I watched Exorcist Believer, I just felt like they were on the cusp of going the distance and like pushing the boundaries, and then they just kind of pulled back a little bit. But yeah, it'll be fun to go through that franchise. But I'm a sucker for George C. Scott, and his performance in Exorcist 3 is one of the greatest performances I've ever seen a male actor give in a horror film. George C. Scott is fantastic in Exorcist 3. So that one, I don't mind returning to that one. I always have fun watching that one. But like I said, I have some controversial opinions when it comes to the Exorcist franchise. So that's one that it'll be fun diving into it. But like I said, I'm not huge on religious horror. One that I did watch from last year that I loved was Immaculate. I loved Immaculate. That one was great. And I thought Sydney Sweeney really knocked it out of the park in that movie. Boom, 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 boom. So Lexi thinks, yes, they definitely pulled back. They treated the OG mom from 1979, her character like shit, and killed her off. And I got so mad for real. Like that, and that's not a spoiler. A lot of people already know that already. Like this movie is pretty kind of old, so it's like, yeah, that was kind of one thing that was like, really, like you want to bring her back just to do that kind of stuff, like take her eyes out and then that kind of cameo. You know what I mean? Which I don't think. I think Mike Flanagan is tasked with doing the next Exorcist, so they're going to be completely, I think, rebooting that, or Mike Flanagan's going to have to again pull the greatest sequel out of his butt, kind of like how he did with Ouija Origin or whatever, because he did the Ouija Origin movie. So yeah, that's one for sure. Like David Gordon Green, I don't know if he's going to get any major projects again after the whole Exorcist debacle. But a lot of us people, the horror community, are going to be trusting Mike Flanagan to kind of save this franchise. So we'll see what he has to offer. And it's kind of cool that I'm covering these films too for the channel because, like I said, the new ones will be coming out eventually. I don't know if Mike Flanagan's going to do 2 more Exorcist films, but he's definitely doing the next one for sure. I don't. That is a good question. That's a good question, Lexi. I'm not too sure. Hold on, I can actually look that up. I think real quick. Let me look that up real quick. Let's see if it has a date for it. if my internet works. Like I said, it's gonna get really bright because I'm searching now. Well, we know that. Update from the director. Da, 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 da. Flanagan. Let's see if it has any updates. Da, da, da. What are you most excited for this year, Lexi? Like in terms of besides like any other, not talking Exorcist, is there any other kind of films that you're excited for this year? I don't even know what my most excitement for this year is. I want to see actually, oh, to be honest, my most excited anticipated project might be that new Predator film. I'm a sucker for sci-fi horror too, and I think Predator Badlands comes out this year. Well, we know there's a flop lever. Da, da, da. We know that. Oh, it says, yeah, apparently we're supposed to be getting it this year. Yeah, apparently. Or no, next year, 2026. Yeah, so it's apparently going to be 2026 when we get the next one. That's when it's supposedly dated. Apparently, Flanagan and Blumhouse and them want it to come out on Friday the 13th, which is going to be a March 13th in 2026, and it's a Friday. Oh, yeah, and they're expecting that, even though because of what happened with Exorcist Believer, they're like it can't really get that much worse, so they're not really that scared of it. To be honest, I don't think. The Conjuring Last Rites, that's true. Yes, we are getting the Last Rites this year, and it's going to be the last one for Wilson and Farmiga. I think this is the last movie for them. Chill Rob, 28 years later. That is his most anticipated. That one, my daughters asked me to take them to that 28 years later. My daughters were like, you got to take us to see that because that's, I guess, I want to say that's their most anticipated because my daughters would keep telling me about it. If you watch the Conjuring universe in chronological order, I expect a lot from Conjuring Last Rites, but the storyline from all the films are so good. Yeah, see, me, I did like, see, I had fun with Devil Made Me Do It. And I'm one of those people that I think Conjuring 2, it's a little busy. It's a little busy. I like it, but it's a little busy, but I still think the first one is probably my favorite. Lexi says, oh, yes, 28 years later as well. Oh, yes, Rob. Oh, yes. Yeah, so we're gonna get some bangers this year. We're gonna get some bangers this year. But yeah, me, I'm probably most excited for that Predator Badlands. That's gonna be amazing. See, I can't click on them here. It won't show up if I click on it on the laptop because I'm watching it from the laptop. I understand. But yeah, I'm trying to think what else do I get this year. Monkey comes out this year. Uh, I think Frankenstein, the new Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, comes out this year too. Um, I just went through this on Coffee Crypt too, which is a good thing. That's a good plug, actually. If you want to go to the Voices from the Mausoleum, check out their latest Coffee Crypt episode. And me and Steve went over a bunch of releases that are coming out for 2025. Not every film that's coming out, but all the kind of major theater releases. I think we tackled most of them in that video. But you always know Shudder is going to have streaming stuff, and Netflix, and Peacock, and a lot of them are going to have it movies too as well. All right, let's see. Next is, I think the thing with religious horrors is that they try to top 1979 Exorcism and they can't. But there are rare exorcism films that are damn good, like The Exorcism of Emily Rose. Good shout out. Pope's Exorcist. My wife actually really loved that film, to be honest. And the Exorcism of Michael King. I've never seen that. I'm gonna have to write that down. Let me write that one down. The Exorcism of Michael King. Yeah, I've never seen that one. Yeah, I've always said that The Exorcism of Emily Rose is one of my favorite. I'm a like I already stated, I'm an Exorcist 3 guy. That's my jam. So I'm an Exorcist 3 guy. Oh, I skipped one of your things. My bad. And I'm trying to think of another one. There was another one that I thought of, and I was like, no, I just left my mind. All the one I like most is Michael. All the ones I like most is the Michael King one. Cool, sweet. Yeah, I'll have to check that one out because, like I said, I've never seen that one. Um, but yeah, I love Exorcism of Emily Rose. That's great, and for me, Exorcist 3 that is fantastic. Like I love that one so much, but it's because that one's kind of like I said, the Brad Dourif performance, the George C. Scott performance. I'm a sucker for those two guys, and they do really good in that movie. Now, let's see what other ones. I'm trying to think of what other exorcism movies that I've seen. Well, there's one that's kind of not. Oh, what was it? It wasn't like an exorcism movie, but it's got like crazy stuff in it. Was the Autopsy of Jane Doe? That was pretty interesting. It's not exorcism, but it's got like witch kind of paranormal vibe things going on. That one was pretty cool. Um, but yeah, I remember Pope's Exorcist. My wife loved that one. Oh, I'm trying to think. There was one with what is it? Jeffrey Dean Morgan, I think, and I can't remember what it was called. It wasn't that good, but I remember there was one with Jeffrey Dean Morgan. But yeah, I can't remember what that one was called. Jane Doe is so good. Yes, it is. Yeah, Jane Doe is awesome. Pope's Exorcist 2 comes out this year. Oh, cool. Nice. I didn't know. I'll have to let my wife know. I'll definitely have to let her know for sure. But yeah, Jane Doe is fantastic. I love Autopsy of Jane Doe. That's a good one. That's the one thing I love about horror is like what it was kind of funny. I was talking to somebody recently who told me they were traumatized by horror movies at a young age and that they're not into horror movies and stuff. And then I kind of blew their mind when I explained to them. I was like, well, not all horror movies have to be scary. I was like, you like Nightmare Before Christmas, right? And like this person was like, I freaking love Nightmare Before Christmas. And I was like, you love a horror movie. There's a horror movie you love. I was like, you don't have to be scared. Like you can watch horror movies that aren't scary. You can watch Monster House, Paranorman, Halloween Town. You know what I mean? There's plenty of other types of horror. You know what I mean? So that's why I kind of blew this person's mind because they were telling me how at a very young age they got traumatized from horror movies watching them too young, and I was like, totally just blew their mind with that concept, which was kind of cool. Which I personally love my horror to be scary, gruesome, bloody, and gory as hell. But that's just my thing. But I could also watch, like I said, Scooby Doo, Monster House, Hotel Transylvania. I could still watch those films, and to me, those are horror films because they're horror comedies. They're about vampires, they're about Frankenstein, they're about a monster house, but it's a horror comedy. So that's what I love about horror is that there's so many different subgenres of it that you can just kind of pick and choose your path of what you want to do or what you want to watch. And me, I'm like I said, I'm aficionado. I love my slashers and I love my body horror. Yeah, not a lot scare me, but when I find that one that makes my skin crawl, it keeps me thinking about it for weeks. I know it's good. Yeah, that's what's one thing too is sometimes like there'll be horror movies that I watch and I'm like, damn, that ending, and it leaves you haunted and like you're thinking about it, and I'm like, I don't like that. I don't like that. But then it keeps you thinking, and then they're like, well, it lingers with you, and then that's kind of the mark of a really good film. So, one for me is like Eden Lake, which is kind of more a raw, realistic type horror film. And the end of that movie, mainly because I'm a horror fan, I've seen so much effed up shit that like the end of that movie, they leave you hanging, and I'm like, oh, it's one of those endings that just hurts your soul. Wasn't there a cool, scary movie with Liam Neeson, exorcism related, something like A Walk Among the Tombstones? Um, it was there was an exorcism kind of. Are you talking about a scary movie like the scene with James Woods? There's James Woods in the Exorcist, like kind of spoof scene. So if that's what you're talking about, I don't remember Liam Neeson being in an exorcism movie though. Kenny Sparks is in the house. What's up, Kenny? Hey man, fan from afar. Congratulations on 600 subs. Thank you, Kenny. I appreciate it. Much love, brother. Thank you so much. Lexi says, Final Destination is a film that scares me years later because it's a reality, and of course, that's what me and Joe are watching now. The Final Destination films, yeah, I forgot those are ones because that actually they have another one coming to the franchise this year too. Final Destination, we're going to be getting another one. We're getting another. I Know What You Did Last Summer, which that I have mixed feelings about. I'm a little excited about it, but not, but a little bit. I'm like, I Know What You Did Last Summer. I'm like, I can take it or leave it kind of thing when it comes to a new one. We're getting Megan 2.0 this year, I think. Megan 2.0 comes out this year. So yeah, we got a lot to look forward to. As horror fans, we're eating very well right now. But yeah, I would say my most excited is still Predator, just because I'm such a sucker for Predator franchise. She's not a Megan fan. Oh, I agree. What's up, Lexi? Clap to that. We're gonna high five to that right there. Don't hide your face. I'm not a Megan fan either. So Megan, I was kind of mixed on the humor, and I just didn't find it to be that interesting. It was cool for a minute, but then after I watched it the second time, I was like, yeah, I don't think I want to watch this again. I watched it twice because I watched the normal version and then I watched the unrated version where they added like some CGI blood and stuff. And I was just like, yeah, I don't need this. So, but I will probably watch like some Megan 2.0 just to see how it lands. But yeah, I watched the first Megan twice and I was like, yeah, I'd rather watch Child's Play all day. Puppet Master. Demonic Toys. I'd rather watch Demonic Toys too. I'm a sucker for Full Moon, so I'd rather watch that stuff. And Chucky, I like Brad Dourif, so I'd rather watch Child's Play because of that. He's just got more personality. But a lot of people were very, very big on Megan. A lot of people were very huge on that film. Made a lot of money. Man, I can comment too in the chat. Oh man. But yeah, as it stands right now, I think what I have planned for the night is probably get my Courage the Cowardly Dog video watching in because like I said, I got to do some homework and got to finish season 3. So I'll probably finish season 3 of Courage the Cowardly Dog so we can shoot our video tomorrow. And then probably start my Exorcist watching later this week. I'll probably start that like this Friday or Saturday, probably this weekend is when I'll start my Exorcist binging and stuff like that. And then I'll start getting those reviews out next week and everything. Bum, bum, bum. That's a good show. It is a very good show. So what's cool is if you want to go back, I have my playlist. If you look on my channel, all the Courage the Cowardly Dog videos that I've deep dived already, I did with Steve. You can check out all the episodes, and there's a lot of cool storylines, villains. But they're very meta and very ahead of their time, to be honest, which is pretty awesome. After the Exorcist reviews, watch the series. It's so good. I promise Lexi, definitely. I'm going to promise Lexi right here. This is proof right here, right now, live on the live stream as proof. After I binge watch all the movies, I will be tackling the Exorcist TV series on Hulu and watching that as well. So maybe like after I do the series, I'll do a little wrap-up review. Because yeah, that's one thing. It's like TV shows, horror TV shows that are popping off again. We're getting Welcome to Derry this year. We're supposed to be getting Camp Crystal Lake. I'm holding out hope. I'm holding out hope for my boy Jason. I need some Jason. I need some more Jason in my life. I know there's some people that want Jason in the movies, but I'm like, I don't mind. I just need some more Jason in my life. Pinky promise. Pinky promise. There you go. But yeah, that's one thing for sure is like I need to for real like hopefully get that TV show. I'm fingers crossed that they get that TV show off the ground for real because I need some more Jason in my life. Friday the 13th for real because the Chucky series got canceled. That got canceled, so we're not getting Chucky. So that's one thing for sure. I'm going to lock this up because I think this laptop's not doing me any favors right now. Besides the lighting, it was kind of giving me lighting right there as I noticed it was dark. There's lighting. So that was the only providing of the laptop right there. It didn't provide any other stuff besides the lighting, which the blue lighting is kind of cool right there. Is Gina Davis in that Exorcist series? I don't know. We're going to have to find Lexi. Is Gina Davis in the Exorcist series? I'm excited for that too. I hate clowns, but I can handle Pennywise. Nice. Lexi can kick Pennywise's butt. And Lexi says, yes, Rob, Gina Davis is in the Exorcist TV show. And he says, I think I watched it and it was good. So I'm going to trust you guys. Like I said, I've heard nothing but glowing recommendations. Like I don't think I've heard one person tell me that it was a bad TV show. So I'm pretty sure it's going to be great. Like I liked the Hannibal TV show was good. I was having fun with the Chucky TV series, but I think a lot of people just didn't like how wild it got. But I was having fun with it. Halloween is supposed to be going to television too. We're supposed to be getting a Halloween television series too, so we'll see. I think it's just like I've kept telling people we're in like kind of a new. I mean, we've already been living in it, but we're kind of in the midst of a golden era of television. We're kind of in that second era because we have streaming and we have so many places to stream. Television is still going on too, so you have the normal shows like the Law and Orders and all that kind of stuff, and you know your soap operas, but then you got streaming services and all the shows that they provide and stuff. So it's like we are in like a second golden era of television right now. It will peter out though. It will eventually end, and like it'll kind of go back and move to movies again. Ba-ba-ba. I still need to see the Chucky series, but I think I avoid it because Chucky is well weird. What blah, is whiffed at what blah can't read. Is Wi-Fi'd, right? Well, in that one, Chucky in the series, there's 3 seasons. Don Mancini wrote all 3, and then for Chucky, like he does the thing where he's able to go Wi-Fi. Yes, yeah, I messed up because I can't read too. Sometimes when it comes to I should get glasses, but when it comes to the phone, the the writing is very small. I can't even talk. You can tell it's getting late for me. I can't even talk. It's already getting embarrassing for me, people, and it's live. I'm just joking. But yeah, for me, it's that thing where he does go kind of wild in terms of it's on Peacock, but it like has that thing where he can hop from body to body. So if you don't like that, if you don't like the whole Chucky thing where he can hop from body to body and stuff, and you don't like having just like if that's another thing too, if that's a big problem for you, that character, like that's pretty prominent in the show for the second season, but it does kind of go all over the place. Like I can't deny that. Like the series does kind of go all over the place a little bit. But in terms of, let's see, other stuff that I'm looking forward to, oh, I'm trying to think. I really hope Wolfman's good. I've heard some not so good things, but I'm hoping Wolfman's good. Um, there was another remake we were supposed to be getting this year, I think, or something, or like a reboot, and I just can't remember what it was now. But Saw 11 apparently got pushed back, so I don't know if we're gonna get Saw 11. That's one thing for sure. I don't know if we're gonna get that, but I can't remember any other big name ones off the top of my head. Besides, like I said, I know she did last summer, Final Destination, those TV shows that are coming out. Like I said, I'm gonna finish Goosebumps: The Vanishing. I'm gonna try to finish that pretty soon. Oh, Fear Street. I heard we're getting Fear Street Prom Queen. That comes out pretty soon too. That I'm excited for. That was probably one of my favorite things that Netflix did in recent years was the whole Fear Street thing. That was a really fun summer months like kind of watch list thing right there. But apparently, though, Lexi Chucky, the whole thing with Don Mancini said he wanted to end it in a movie. So apparently, we're going to get a movie too. Yeah, it's going to be another good year for horror, for real. I think this year is going to be another banger too, because I think it's just going so strong. Like horror is just providing some of the most interesting performances, some of the best stories, the best characters. Like horror is where it's at right now. That's some people are upset about that. Like a lot of horror non-horror fans are kind of upset about that, but horror is really what's making the market right now. I think I heard there's a new version of A Bride of Frankenstein coming out this year, directed by Maggie Gyllenhaal. Yeah, I think so too. I think you're right, Rob. I think that's true. Maggie Gyllenhaal is directing that, which I'm pretty excited to see that because I like her work. And like I said, A Bride of Frankenstein, I'm always down for a new one because I actually think that original one is a little bit overrated. Like I'm not the biggest fan of that original black and white one, which my wife she that film, but I'm more of a House of Frankenstein kind of guy. I'm a sucker for House of Frankenstein, Son of Dracula, stuff like that. Some of those ones. I do have to watch more of the Hammer films. I haven't seen some of the Hammer um, horror movies, but a lot of those Universal ones. Creature from the Black Lagoon is my favorite, though. That's my absolute favorite in terms of the old Universal ones. Dun, dun, dun. Let's see, we've been going for 48 minutes. Not too bad, not too bad. Like I said, just a nice little chill stream. I don't know if there was a digital code to give out for this one. I can't remember if I had a digital code for this. I think I do. I don't know if I gave this one out yet. I'm not too sure if I have. Well, here we go. We're just going to do it right now live, just in case anyone. Boom, boom, boom. Digital code right there. If you can see it, I hope you can see it. We'll keep it up there for a minute so you guys can pause it and stuff. I was like, just to get it out there. That's the digital code for the 4K of Ghost in the Shell. I'm excited for Frankenstein. It's being remade from the black and white film. Yeah, I believe so. I think so. This is supposed to be kind of the old school original one. The Frankenstein that I know for sure that I've been reading about is the one that has Oscar Isaac in it, Mia Goth, and I forgot who's directing it. Damn it. I forgot who's directing it now, but it was supposed to have Mia Goth and Oscar Isaac in it. Which I'm a sucker for Mia Goth. I think she's fabulous. I think she does some of the most amazing work right now. She was crazy in Infinity Pool. Anybody, if you haven't seen that, Infinity Pool was wild. She was crazy in that movie. But yeah, that's usually what I do with my digital codes is I just give them out. I just give them out right there. I'm like, okay, just let them have it for free. Surprise them. That's a gift that I give to people. Like if they stay through my videos long enough. But thank you all for sticking around with me for real. I follow you on IG. Right? I don't have Instagram. I do have to get that. If not, that needs to change immediately. I do have to get that. I promise, Lexi. I do because who is it? Anthony's Horror and More, Allie. A bunch of people have said they're like, you need to just get on IG. You need to get on Instagram. I need to have my daughter help me. I'm such a old man sometimes. That's what I feel like when I think about it sometimes because I'm like, oh man, it's another app, another social media thing. Like, what is this? What is that? I'm gonna have to learn it and feel all old on there. But nah, I do have to get on Instagram for sure. Guillermo del Toro. Thank you, Rob, for coming in clutch. Guillermo del Toro is the director for that. I was like, I knew it was somebody famous. I knew it was somebody like a big deal. It was like a big deal name. I knew it. Yeah, he is a great director for real. Like, at least when it comes to Guillermo, you're gonna get like care. Like he cares about his films. You know what I mean? Like some directors, they just pump out movies. They just pump them out, pump them out, pump them out. At least with Del Toro, you're gonna get somebody who cares about his movie. Jacob El Lordo. El Lordo. I don't know who that is. I'll have to look it up. It's supposed to be in it as well. Says Chill Rob. Bam bam bam. But yeah, so I'm excited for horror this year, like I said. But thank you all for sticking around with me. Like I said, just wanted to do like a nice little chill one, hanging out. Thank you for the 600 subscribers, and for me, like I said, it is getting kind of late, and I do get tired. It was a busy day today. Actually, we did a family event, did a lot of cleaning today, and all kinds of stuff. So it's like I want to kind of get some rest, but I do have to watch Courage the Cowardly Dog videos. Instagram is better than any of the other social medias. I feel. Have your daughter help you. I will, Lexi. Because yeah, my kids, they know all about that already. My daughters, they're in high school, so they know all about that. Thank you again, Lexi, and appreciate everybody. Chill Rob, Jason, everybody that showed up to like comment and everything. I'm sorry if I don't remember everybody's name, but everybody that chilled and hung out to comment. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all, and I hope you all have a safe and awesome, happy day, happy night. That's the guy from Saltburn, says Chill Rob. That's the guy from Saltburn and Euphoria. Thank you. He answered it. He's coming in clutch. He knows real quick. But I hope you all have an awesome night. Stay warm out there. Please stay warm, stay healthy, happy, all that stuff. And I'll see you all next time. Peace out. It's taking forever this time. I don't know if I'm still alive, but it's taking forever to back.